Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Gdynamictube TV. If you're returning subscribers, thank you for always coming to watch our videos. And if this is your first time coming to our YouTube channel, I would like you to click on the subscribe button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to always get the latest gist anytime we upload a video.
In Nigeria, over the course of the years, we've lost a lot of our celebrities, highly esteemed persons in the society. There are some persons that we know the cause of death. I mean, like Herbert Wigwe, when he passed on in February of this year, we knew what happened to him. Plane crashes, car accidents, people who are falling ill and just passed on. But there are also some persons that their death will shock us. Their death shocked us, but they had causes to what happened to them. But there are some other persons that it still seems inexplainable. Yes, they might say, oh, this person was ill, but then the illness will just come from nowhere. It's like this person had no record of being ill, like Mr. Ibu now. That's the late Mr. Ibu John Okafor that passed on recently. He had been ill for a while now. He had to undergo several surgeries, and then he passed on. Baba Suwe, Omidino Batinde, he had gone through stuffs before he passed on. But there are some persons that you just hear the shocking news that they've passed on, and this video is about that. We are talking about people in the Nollywood industry, people in Nigeria, Nigerian celebrities totally, not just in the Nollywood industry, people that are celebrities that we have loved, that we have lost, that their death were never so, people that have passed on, untimely. That's what we are talking about. And I think one person that is topping the list that we are still very much speaking about is Ilerioluwa Aloba Promise. This man passed on in September of 2023, on the 12th of September to be very precise, 2023. We have pointed fingers one reason or the other. We have tried to we've laid fingers, we've accused so many persons of being responsible for the passing of this man, but still it looks like there is no evidence and there is no solution to what has happened to him. And we've been hit by spades of deaths of prominent persons in the past years, and Mohbad's own is one that nobody has still found answers to, from his father having to still talk to this person and that person. People just trying to find pointing fingers. Honestly, autopsy has been done, coroner's inquest has happened. This is one death that shocked a lot of Nigerians, and people wanted to, there is no closure for his family, for his widow. His mom celebrated her 50th birthday recently, and celebrities were celebrating and saying, oh, she's a good woman, she's this, that. It's just really sad that she has still not found justice for the death of her son. And we can say that we know what happened to him. Oh, he was ill, he had performed, they had wound, they called a nurse to do this and that one. But if you look at it critically, is still a very mysterious death that we still have not resolved. The police is involved, a lot of persons are involved, but still there is no solution. There is no it's still a really shocking situation that has happened in Nigeria for us. Another person that has passed on that we've also had to talk about, but a lot of persons also do not know what has happened to her, is Ada Ame. Ada Ame just slept and woke and did not wake up. Ada Ame has had troubles in the past, before she passed on in 2022. It really shocked a lot of persons. It shook Nollywood, and it shook Jesus, what's the English? It actually also affected a lot of persons in Nigeria, because this was somebody that, yes, we know that she had problems, she had struggled, she had lost her daughter, in years prior, so she's been dealing with that, and she had come out to say that she's been struggling, mentally, and her health has been suffering, and she doesn't know what to do. But it seemed like things were picking up for her. She had traveled, to even be with her friends, for an event. She still posted herself eating, dancing, making merry with her friends. We didn't hear that she had any health challenges or whatever. The only thing that we just heard was that Ada Ame's life has been cut short and she's dead. And that really shocked a lot of persons because nobody saw it. I personally did not even see other Ahmed's. I mean, I don't think you'd see anybody's death coming, but there are some that are more shocking than the other. Given, for example, John Okafor's situation that I mentioned, he had gone through so many things. It seemed like he was going fine. Yes, it was shocking, but when he died, a lot of persons were like, oh, finally, he would have peace. You know, his family had troubles, he himself had troubles, his health, he had health challenges. So people were like, okay, finally, this man is going to find peace. But for Ada Ahmed, like, you were already making peace with what was happening in the world. You were trying to overcome. We were hopeful for you, and you just slept and you just did not wake up. That was really sad. Now, another person that passed on is a footballer that died on the 2nd of December 2023, and his name was Sadiq Adebisi. This man reportedly slumped during a training session at the Dikpo Dino International Stadium in Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State. He was 34 years as at that time, and he was said to be in training with fellow footballers when the unfortunate incident occurred. His teammates rushed him to a state hospital in Ijebu-Ode, but despite their efforts and that of the medical personnel, he was pronounced dead that same day that he was admitted. And upon inquiry, the state police public relations officer said that the deceased brother approached the police division to request the body for burial according to Islamic rites, and of course there was nothing they could do about that. We had so many other deaths like that, but then somebody was mentioning it, and that's one of the things that informed all of this. And somebody was mentioning it, the person was like, oh, there's something in Nigeria that we can say is the cause of all of these things that is happening, that sudden death has increasingly become common in Nigeria. So this doctor, I'm a senior registrar in internal medicine at the Federal Medical Center in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Dr. Ayotomi Wafagbemi was the person that was speaking, and he said that it's a sudden death. Sudden death is something that we're experiencing more now in Nigeria, and it's occurring among the elderly as well as the young. And he's saying that the causes of death can be divided into cardiac causes, non-cardiac, and unidentifiable causes. And we've seen examples of that. Mr. Ibu now died of a cardiac arrest. You could identify that. Excuse me. And there are some other things that we can't even, like, they are undiagnosed. People that are ill and you cannot even say that they were ill because they were not giving symptoms, they were not showing symptoms. And they also said that something that we are having that is a problem also in the country Nigeria is the fact that we are not doing autopsies. Somebody would die, and because of our culture and whatnot, we just go put them in the morgue. If the person is a Muslim, for example, that footballer, immediately they buried this person. A chemical pathologist and telehealth researcher, Mr. John Ruben, is the person that said it, and he said that sudden deaths can also be coronary related, that's heart related, like that the other doctor mentioned, or it could involve other organs of the body, and that autopsies were often avoided because of the exorbitant costs involved, as well as cultural and religious beliefs. In his own words, he said, culturally, we tend to channel more resources into funerals, which could range from $1 million to $2 million naira. So most times, the family of the deceased will be looking for a way to source for the funds for the funeral of their loved ones, and you wouldn't expect them to take 80,000 out of that to find out the cost of the death. And it's prevalent nowadays, and most likely causes are cardiac related, like cardiac arrest or other cardiovascular diseases. We can't exempt lifestyles such as diet, consumption of excessive unsaturated fats, lack of exercise, excessive alcohol, and smoking, and even genetic factors. And he said many Nigerians avoid autopsy because of poverty. It has been estimated that over 80 million Nigerians live below the poverty line, and the cost of autopsy can range between 50,000 naira and 350,000 naira in private clinics. And with the amount involved and what an average Nigerian earns, it's enough to deter them from resorting to an autopsy to find the cause of death. Now, speaking of autopsy, another person that personally I feel like we could have conducted autopsy for and would find out what happened to them was Sisi Quadri. Yes, we lost this man in March of 2024. One of the most shocking one. Like, Mr. Ibu died on the 2nd, Sisi Quadri died on the 1st of March 2024, and nobody saw that one coming. It was just how it was 47 years old. He had not done a lot of things, And a lot of persons reported that they saw him in an hospital in Iwo in Osun State, Nigeria, where it was saying that there was nothing wrong with him, he was just hiccuping, and before you know what was happening, they were covering his eye because he had given up the ghost. That seemed very sudden, and I feel like maybe we could have benefited from autopsy. You can also argue that Mohbad that we had done autopsy on, we still have not found out what happened to Mohbad, like what actually killed Mohbad. We still do not know. We don't have the autopsy results, but I feel like, yeah, maybe if you are considering autopsy to actually find out the state, you would find out the state of the person's organ. You even find out a lot of things, about what the person was doing as at the time that they met their death, how long they had been dead before they were found. That if you found them dead, like Mafia Falabi situation, you see now that all these videos just entering into each other. Mafia Falabi now, while it might not be a mysterious one, while we might still know what happened, but it's still really sad that it just hit his head and that was the end. Another person whose death is mysterious is Jumoke Aderomo, who passed on the 6th of April 2024. Has been controversial. A lot of persons do not even know what to say about it. People are beginning to point different fingers, and our family have their own bias and the general public have their own bias. It's something that is still trending. A lot of persons are still talking about, especially as it involved somebody she used to work with very regularly then. That's Funke Akindele, who said that she had no idea that Aderomo Jumoke had issues. Honorary mention is also this man, Saint Obi. We know that these men were sick. We know that they were, but at the same time, it's just whatever the people say that we had to take, because we don't know what actually happened to them. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but yes, that's it. That's all for this video. We've looked at some Nigerian celebrities that passed on that we were not expecting, and that mysteries, that we still have not solved what happened to them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Share with family and friends. I'm going to be seeing you in the next one. Subscribe to this channel. This is Gdynamic TV. Subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss when we have further updates for you. Like, share, and bye.